Hello, we are getting ready to start day 2 of lesson 20. And just like we did yesterday, we need to see both the vertical form and the horizontal form. And boy, that's not coming in very clear again, is it? Here, let's get it a little bit closer. See if we can't get that to look a little bit better. All right, so you're going to be doing the horizontal form, but you also need to do the vertical form and show your work in your chip model. Make sure that you show if you're regrouping, bundling or exchanging a group of 1s for 10s, or perhaps a group of 10 10s for 100. And you don't always have to do that, so you're going to have to watch carefully on both problem D and E. And then down on problem number 2, Jenny's teacher marked her work incorrect for the following problem. Jessica cannot figure out what she did wrong. If you were Jessica's teacher, how would you explain her mistake? So you need to look carefully at what Jessica did in her chip model and her vertical form. And then if you want to, you can show her as a part of your explanation how she should have done the problem and figuring out why she got 19 instead of the answer that she should have gotten. Okay, so it's not too much to have to do today, but quite a few steps in each one of those problems. And then you are going to come over and do the exit ticket, these 2 problems for your teacher, which, oops, sorry about that, you are going to send to your teacher. And she'll let you know how you did on it when it comes to her. So if you're feeling uncomfortable or not sure what you're doing, you can always go back and rewatch the Eureka video for lesson 20 if you're still feeling a little bit lost. But in the meantime, you are going to pause the video, do the work that you need to do, and then come back and I will check it with you. All right, pause the video. Okay, are you back? Alrighty, so let's take a look at what we're doing for problem D and E on problem or lesson 20 on the problem set. Boy, I just don't like how clearly that's not coming in. All right, so we're changing a 47 plus 75 into a vertical form, representing 47 as an add-in and representing the add-in 75 in our chip model. 47, 10, 20, 30, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, and 75. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 71, 72, 73, 74, 75. Then once we have done that, we need to make sure that we're looking to see whether or not we can compose a 10. And if we can, then we're going to. So let's count. 7 1s plus 5 1s is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yep, I think I can get a 10 out of that. So I have circled 10 1s and have dropped those 10 1s down into my 10s down below. Please note that when I did that, I also showed it in my vertical form. So 7 1s plus 5 1s is 12 1s, and you can still see that 12 1s in my vertical form because there was 2 left, which I recorded, and I can still see that they still exist. All I've done is move those 10 1s into the 10s, which I did here on my vertical form as well. Now I'm going to look at my 10s and see if I can compose a 100. Let's see how many 10s we have when we add 4 10s and 7 10s plus 1 more 10. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100, 110, 120. All right, so I'm looking to see what I have. I definitely can compose 100. Looks like I've got 1 left up here and 1 left down here because of the way I circled it. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100. 10 10s is the same as a 100, which I have also remembered that if I do it in my chip model, I also have to record it in my vertical form, which I did. When I do that, I had 2 10s left, 1 up here and 1 down here, which left me then with 2 10s. You'll remember when I counted that, I had 12 10s, and here they are in my vertical form. showing one group of 10 tens, which is 100, and 2 tens, which is 20. When I add my hundreds, I didn't have any hundreds in 47, nor did I have any hundreds in 75, so I'm only adding the regrouped 100 to get 122. 47 plus 75 is 122. Again, we are looking at 68 plus 88, putting it into my vertical form, taking my first add-in, which was 68, and putting it in my chip model. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 61, 62, 63, 64, 65, 66, 67, 68. And then 88, I'm going to do 8 tens and 8 ones. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 81, 82, 83, 84, 85, 86, 87, 88. All right, so now I'm going to go to my ones and see if I can compose 100 or compose a 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, because 8 ones and 8 ones is 16 ones. I can compose a 10, which I drew a circle. I'm going to bring that down below, and if I compose a 10 and move that over into my tens with an exchange, I also have to make sure that I show that exchange in my vertical form. That leaves me then with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and you'll remember when I counted those, that was 6 ones that was left over, but I can still see that I have the original 16 ones that were there when I started. The only difference now is I'm representing them as 1 10 and 6 ones. Now we're going to take a look at our tens and see if I can compose 100. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100, 110, 120, 130, 140, 150. Well, I have more than enough to be able to compose a 10. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100. Yep. So I'm going to exchange those 10 tens for a 100. Here's my little chip down here at the bottom. They always come down below, and I need to make sure that whatever I show on my chip model, I also show on my vertical form. Now, when I started, I didn't have any hundreds in 68, nor did I have any hundreds in 88. But I did do an exchange for these 10 tens for 100. So 0 plus 0 plus 1 100 gives me 100. 86 plus 8, or 68 plus 88 gives me 156. And hopefully you are feeling very strong about that. So Jessica's trying to figure out what in the world did she do wrong in her problem. And I hope you can see that when she composed her, well, let's look at it. So she did start off with 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, and 71, 72, 73, 74, 75, 76, 77. So she's got that part right. And she had 32, 10, 20, 30, 31, 32. So that part is right. When she added, or when she looked to see how many ones she had, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. She could not compose a 10, so she recorded the 9, which is fantastic. Now she comes over to her tens to see if she can compose a 10. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100. Uh-oh, she forgot to record the fact that she could have a 100 here. When she did that, when she forgot to record that 100, she had 0 tens left because these came over next door. She made the step here, but she forgot to transfer that information into her vertical model. This should have been 100. There were no tens left. So this is what Jessica should have done. When she did everything right up until she got to this part. She did this part right. What she missed is what most students miss, which is putting in that composed 100. Remember, she had 0 hundreds to begin with and 0 hundreds here to begin with. But when she adds that, she's going to have 1 100 and no tens left. So instead of 119, instead of 19, she should have had 109. Her answer should have been 109. I'm hoping that you're getting to be so good at this that you saw that without any trouble at all. If you did, you should give yourself a great big huge smiley face. Okay, your next job then, my friends, and oh look, I'm so good I remembered to cover it up. You are going to do the 2 exit ticket problems. Make sure you do all of the steps that you're supposed to do for both of these problems, including your chip model, your vertical model, and your horizontal model, and then send that to your teacher. You, my friends, I hope you've had a great day of learning, and I'll see you next time with Lesson 21.